Today on 10-Minute IT Jams, we're joined by Matthew Endresz, who is the CEO of XRii. XRii isn't just pushing boundaries in marketing and engagement, it's eliminating them. Their mission is to harness emerging technology that enables businesses to better engage and reward their customers whilst increasing revenue. Matthew joins us today to tell us more about XRii and what they're doing in the APAC market. Thank you for coming along, Matthew, and welcome to the Jam.
Tom, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Well, let's just jump straight into it. For a business that hasn't worked with XRii before, what are your key products and offerings?
Yeah, so essentially what we do is create white labeled apps for businesses. What we're doing is meshing interactive experiences within that white labeled app, and it's mainly incorporating rewards and loyalty, augmented reality, geo-mapping, and gamification. So the easiest way I explain it is if you picture Pokémon Go and a Groupon meshed together, that's XRii.
Right, okay. Well, now, what are the most recent innovations or improvements in your offerings?
Well, we've been focusing a lot on the end user experience. So we're trying to get them into the experience a lot quicker. And that can be into the augmented reality experience that we're producing, and trying to get the value, right away to them. So that might be a reward that they can actually go back and redeem at businesses, which might be sponsors, might be the business that we're directly working with. So that's really the core thing that we're looking to improve on and offer to not only the client but the end user.
And now, what trends are your product development teams laser focused on next? You touched on it a little bit there.
Yeah. Web apps is a big one. So you see a big shift, I reckon, in this sort of space with the app stores. From our end, you've got the approval time frame. Really, that's the big hurdle. So that can take from up to a week, sometimes even longer, to get that approval from Apple and Google. And I'm seeing a big sort of shift, from businesses like us moving towards web apps, and clients requesting web apps to avoid that sort of barrier for the end user wanting to actually having to actually download the app. So it's just removing an extra step, really.
And now, I've spoken to some other interviews.
Yep.
Are you doing anything regarding AI in your company?
We're not at the moment. Obviously it's a massive talking point at the moment. We're definitely looking at it and seeing what we can, how we can best maximize that for our clients as well. From an internal point of view and staff using it day to day, it's I'm definitely seeing that day to day from just in the office here and from staff abroad. So yeah, it's a big talking point. We're looking at it and just keeping an eye on how we can best sort of use it and make sure that it benefits the clients and the end user.
Fair enough. Well, now, what infrastructure or resources does XRI have in the APAC market?
Well, the whole team here is here, minus one of our staff members. So we're definitely set up here from a business development standpoint, from a business success standpoint. So it makes it a lot easier to communicate with clients here compared to overseas. I'm not saying that we're not doing that, but it's easier to meet and greet and get to Melbourne and Sydney. We're obviously based in Albury, smack bang on the border, and we get to Melbourne and Sydney a fair bit for meetings and be able to meet those clients. It's a lot easier to go through things face to face, whether it's whiteboarding it out. So the whole infrastructure is here, and we're working with the majority of our clients here. I'd say 80% of clients are Australian based at the moment, and I suppose from a standpoint of expanding overseas, we're looking at a range of different technical solutions that allow us to do that, to make sure the experience is still really good. And the big one that I would mention would be the redemption process. So how can we streamline a customer actually redeeming a reward online or in store in the most seamless way? And that the ideal situation there is tap and pay, so it's nothing new to the end user. So we're building out those partnerships from a technical standpoint, and yeah, just looking to get some really good case studies under our belt, and then, you know, look to expand and onboard more clients.
Well, obviously you sort of touched on a little bit of growth there. Is there sort of a plan to grow into some different industries as well?
I think from at the moment, not really. We're sort of focused on 3 core industries, which is the sporting organization space, events and promotions. So if you think, you know, music festivals, we do a fair few conferences as well. So we're sort of, yeah, focused on that. We're making sure that the solutions are good for those industries, and then we'll see how we go. Yeah, we'll look to you know, onboard other industries or target other industries in the future.
I guess one quick other question: do you guys work with partners at all?
Partners in terms of,
I guess distribution and things like that.
yeah, it depends on the client. Like if we're, you know, sort of you know, I think like if you're sort of referring to like agency type sort of partners in that model,
Yeah.
and yeah. So we've had a fair few agencies contact us and want this, you know, solutions, and basically, you know, on sale to their client base. You know, more than happy to work with agencies. It actually makes, you know, our job a lot easier. So we embrace it, and there's, you know, a strong partnership there in terms of making it a win-win-win for all 3 parties: the client, the agency, and obviously us. One example I can give you is a campaign we're running at the moment, which is Let's Go. So that's a scavenger hunt campaign around Melbourne, and that came through an agency. So the agency, you know, is managing that, and running that, and building out the partnerships as well that we onboard, and we're obviously the tech solution behind that.
So, well, I guess one final question to finish off: if an enterprise end user wanted to engage with XRii, what's the best way they can go about doing that?
Yeah, great question. Primarily at the moment, it's through, you know, our social channels, our website. We're obviously very open with our, you know, contact details being online. So, you know, I get phone calls, I get emails, LinkedIn messages, just exploring it, and then we just see where the conversation goes. So we usually start off with a, you know, very basic phone call, and tease out the ideas and see, you know, what they want to do, and usually it's fairly unique, you know, per client. So they might ask for something out of the ordinary, which we don't have in our sort of core offering, and we look to accommodate that. And yeah, we're always keen to sort of discuss new ideas. And I think at this stage of the company, it helps and it benefits us because we can explore those avenues, see what works, see what the customer likes, and then we can basically replicate that for other clients.
Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on the jam, Matthew, and sort of learning more about XRii and what you guys are doing. We look forward to hearing more from you guys very soon.
Thanks very much, Tom. Appreciate it.